Salute everyone. What's good? What's good? Knicks Real Talk. We in the building. I got the crew with me. Shy Powers, KJ Events. Knicks Real Talk pregame preview. Knicks run the town. Nets playing around. Let's get it popping. Knicks and the Brooklyn Nets at the world most famous arena tonight at 7:30. We're gonna go in here. We're gonna get it popping. I got the crew with me, man. We live. We ready to go. We here, man. Shy Powers, KJ Events. Shy Powers, what's good, brother?
Salute to you, Divine. KJ, that's
Yeah,
a
man.
fly ass hat right there,
Brother,
man.
The Drip City.
Salute to you, man.
yes,
And
sir.
salute to the chat. Let's get it.
Yeah. KJ, what's good, brother?
Divine, as always, salute. It's always a pleasure to share a platform both for my Nick brothers from
Right.
another mother. You know, I'm rhyming right now, but I'm in a good mood because Nick keeps it winding down. And hey, we need that Nick drip today. Let's talk about it.
Yeah, man. We're gonna be in the world most famous arena tonight against the Brooklyn Nets. KD, Kyrie coming in the garden. They got the young Knicks in the building, man. Hopefully we go in there and get this thing popping. It should be fun. I'm looking forward to the game, man. This ain't no tankathon here. We need to go in there and get Brooklyn the business tonight. I know it's gonna be tough. You got two of the premier players in the NBA on the court tonight. Two of the, one of them top 5, one of them probably top 15, whatever. But you know what? We coming in with the young guns. Obi Toppin, Emmanuel Quickly, RJ Barrett, Mitchell Robinson, all these guys. My man Alex Burks been playing good ball for us. I'm just looking for a fun game tonight, Shot Pal. I just want the Knicks to go in there. If we get all that, want to lose to get a better seed. Nah, we go in there and handle Brooklyn the business tonight. We done lost to these guys by less than 5 points 3 times. We lost by 5 one time, 2 times. We lost by 2 points. Or we got to go in there and try to get over the hump, man. So I'm looking forward to it tonight. It should be fun.
I mean, this is a big game, man. Let's put some stink on New York on the Nets today. Let's put a little stink on them and just take it out. You know what I mean? All the way to win. You know what I mean? Just win, play to win. You know what I mean? Push that pace, push some space out there a little bit. They should have a little running crew tonight. So if they space the ball a little bit, they should run some really good pace on them. And let's see what happens tonight, man. I'm amped. I'm ready, and let's get it.
Yeah, real talk. And KJ, last time they was in the building, we heard that Brooklyn noise. We got to quash that tonight. I ain't want to hear all this Brooklyn in the garden noise. You know, I'm like, brother. Knicks, when them brothers, every time I talk about Brooklyn tonight, Knicks fan need to drown all that mess out. Not tonight.
Hey, it's going to be a fun game for our young core. You know, it's good to see what Quickly does going to do. McBride can do against the premier point guard, top 10 point guard in the league right now, and Kyrie Irving. A man that we're going to see for the next couple of years in New York City is in our division. So it's good to see our young Knicks represent tonight against a KD and a Kyrie and the rest of the Nets crew, because that's who we're looking to beat. We got to get past them. So kudos to them. I'm looking for a good game. Again, I know we're not playing for anything, but we're playing for pride. And
New York Knicks, more than enough.
We got pride. So my thing is, let's come out and see what we can work for towards the future with a Kyrie and a Kevin Durant. See what pieces we got to bring together next year to defeat this team.
Yeah, man. To me, it's what a good learning experience for the young guys. That's why I'm hoping Grimes and McBride, it was questionable tonight, and we get into that with the injury report and everything. But I just want to see the young Knicks know what it's like to play in a playoff type atmosphere. This is a playoff type atmosphere. You know what I mean? Though we're not in the playoffs, the atmosphere is like the playoffs. Excuse me. And I think them cats will be able to be in MSG tonight. Battle of the Boroughs, City gonna be buzzing. You know, Wednesday night, 75th year anniversary. You know, it's gonna be crazy. You know what I mean? And I hope the Knicks go in there and the young boys, man. I hope they get the young guns just running up and down the court, man. Let Durant and Chase Obi topping up on the wing all night long. Run up and down the floor like jackrabbits. You know what I mean? Whatever. You know what I mean? Just run with pace, like Sean Powers always say, man. I hope this is one of pace games with. That's why I want to see IQ get out there and just, you know what I mean, just run up and down the court, make them guys chase them. They got older legs out there, but you know, but it'd be a statement game for us, to me, just to let them know that, you know what, y'all believe it or not, you ain't that far in front of us. You know what I mean? Y'all only about 5 games in front of us. You know what I mean? So to beat them cats tonight, Sean Powers. Just to beat Brooklyn tonight, man, and say, you know what? Yeah, we would have had a healthy, just like they would have had all they got. I'm quite sure they'd be number 1 in the Eastern Conference probably, but that's not here or there. If the Knicks would have had all they players like Derrick Rose, Noah Noel, Kemba Walker would have worked out, we could be singing a different tune in New York City right now. You know what I mean? So, but being that that's not the case, we didn't get in the play in because we missed it by this much here or there, a few bad losses here or there. But I still think that this is a big game for us, man. So I'm hoping that just from the psyche of the team, the overall morale of the team, and knowing that, man, they'll be looking forward to this next year. That I can't wait to get in the all season, get better, come back and ready to get this thing popping. That's what I think this type of game could do for us tonight.
This is an energetic looking game right here tonight, man. This is a big matchup because this is another big game, and this is a big matchup tonight. And we just the 3 games that we played them so close. One of the games we had a massive lead on them, and let them come back and win the game on us. So this is going to be the last game that we see for this year. So, and this is going to be a different look team that's going to be out there tonight. So I think some guys might have some breakout games tonight, man. I think it might be a different style of game tonight, man. We're going to see some high intensity basketball tonight.
Yeah, you know what, KJ, what I'm looking forward to tonight, just from a learning experience, Obi Toppin got to go up against KD. If that's not going to be a teachable moment or a learning experience, got to go up against that dude. Now, KD might drop 60. Who knows?
Possible.
Right. But still, it's going to be a good learning experience for Obi Toppin to say, man, yeah. I went and learned. I went up and took the school by KD, but I also learned a lot in the process. You know what I mean? So I just think that overall, like I said, I wish Quickly could start up against Kyrie Irving. Right. I just wish that he could start instead of Albert, just for the experience of saying, you know what? Now Kyrie got to chase me all over the place too. You know what I mean? Kevin Durant got to chase me up and down the court too with all my athleticism, my speed. So I just wish that Tom Thibodeau for one night would let quickly start the game, just to see the young guy get to play against these savvy all-star, Hall of Famers coming in the Garden, man. Just to get the experience, I thought it would have been nice if they would have played tonight. Started. Yeah,
absolutely. And I think Quickly, I want to see what type of game he's gonna have coming off the triple-double, first triple-double of his career. I think with him, can he? The question's out, jury's out. Can he be our future point guard? And this is one thing that we all have been talking about. Knicks need a point guard. But hey, we may have one in Emmanuel Quickly. So it's good. I agree with you. I would like to see him start against Kyrie Irving and get extended minutes. And because again, these are one of the top premier guards that he's going up against. So we need to see what Emmanuel Quickly can do to a whole game. Mm-hmm. Is he ready? May not be ready, but he's damn near right there. So that's really what I'm looking for tonight, is seeing how Emmanuel Quickly responds to the Garden against Kyrie. Again, this is the first time Kyrie's playing at the Garden.
Facts.
So the Garden is going to be electrified. Kyrie Irving from the Tri-State, so I'm pretty sure his whole family going to be there. And when you're playing the Madison Square Garden, there's no other feeling in the world. Him and KD were trying to come put a show on tonight. What are the Knicks? Just don't forget, the Nets are playing for something right now. They want to keep moving up. Mm-hmm. So they're not going. And again, the Nets had James Harden for a lot of this year with KD. Again, they're 41 and 35, 41 and 38. Knicks is 35 and 44. I mean, so I know we look at the records and see certain things again, but really, did they really have a bad season? And to me, when I'm looking at everything as a whole and looking at other NBA teams, I'm going to say no. They didn't have a bad season. It's just the expectations. They didn't live up to the expectations that was created by all of us, right? And rightfully so, because of the year they had last year. So that's where I'm looking at right now. And again, I want to end the season on a high note. Win or lose, I like the direction that we're going in.
Yeah, facts. I mean, you know what? I think it might be disappointing, but it wasn't a bad season. Real quick before we get into that, salute to the chat, man. Cash out James. Salute to everybody, wherever you're streaming them from. I know it's beautiful out there, wherever you at, man. Down here it's 80 degrees, so I know it's beautiful wherever you at, man. You're enjoying the weather, but once you get in here with us and get it popping, I hope y'all get in here. We do it. But man, you know what? To me, I really believe the Knicks would have did what we said they would have said I do if it wasn't the way the season would have went. I just think Derrick Rose, you can't make up for Derrick Rose on Nerlens Noel when Simmons wasn't ready that early in the season. You know what I mean? That beginning of the rookie year, he wasn't ready compared to what Nerlens Noel could do. Right. I think losing Derrick Rose was a big loss for us, man. And then not having Kemba Walker be here like we thought he could be. So yeah, I don't think it was a bad season. I think the injuries just plagued us with the COVID thing. It really took a toll on our team, man. And I just really like to say, but that's not here or there. I'm looking forward to tonight. I'm really looking forward to these guys, man. We know KD and Kyrie gonna come in the building and try to show off. So be it. But you know what though? I think we're gonna come to play tonight. I think we come to play tonight. I think they're gonna do it for the fan base. Just like they're gonna be electrifying over there. I think all we do is Obi Toppin got to throw down a couple of monster ones and get that crowd going, and let RJ get to the rack and do some things. I think it's gonna be a fun game tonight. And I think if we play our defense tonight, we'll be in the game because their defense ain't like ours. I just really believe that. And so shout out, I do think that if we play some good D tonight. And let the young guys run with pace, like you always say, and execute what we do good, which is scoring inside. We pretty much number one in the league, getting down in that area. We just play our game, man. I think it should be a fun game tonight overall.
One thing that I'm looking forward to tonight is one of the matchups I'm looking for. It's a couple of them, but the one main matchup that I'm looking for tonight is the last matchup between Drummond and Mitchell. Mitchell Robinson. That's one of the last time they'll play this year, and sometimes Mitch has a little problems playing against this guy. So I'm hoping tonight Mitch can come out and play some real good basketball tonight, man. I hope he comes out and plays like he's playing for a contract for the New York Knicks tonight, man. I need him to. Aside from doing his usual getting offensive rebounds, I want him tonight to he has to be big on the defensive rebounds tonight. Mm-hmm. He needs to grab some defensive rebounds tonight. This guy plays down low a lot. He shoots from the outside, but he's more of a low post style of offensive player. So we need Mitch to do his due diligence tonight and put in some work tonight and grab some defensive rebounds. Tonight's game, a lot of the game tonight will depict on how we rebound tonight. I believe if we dominate from the rebounding, if we dominate from grabbing rebounds tonight, I believe we can win this game. Mitch has to have a good game tonight, not so much of an offensive game, but Mitch needs to have high double-digit rebounds tonight. I need Mitch to get like 6-7 defensive rebounds and 6-7 offensive rebounds tonight. He has to have something a bit, maybe even a little bigger than that. He needs to grab some rebounds tonight. Randall's not playing. We're going to be lacking in a little bit of rebounds, so I need Mitch to get out there tonight and have a dominant flexozoid game tonight.
Yeah. I think he will show up, KJ. What I think we got to do. We got to do what we also did the last game against them. We was trapping KD, send another cat at him.
Right.
You got to send. At the right time. Not when you got Patty Mills and Kyrie Irving out there who can knock down threes from all over the place, but at the right time, blitz him. Make him give up that ball a little bit to get it out of his hands. Quicker or whatever. And we just got to be on our defense game tonight. I think we be on our defense game tonight. We know right now. As far as the look, they're expected to beat us and do whatever they do, but that's not what it's about to me. It's about being competitive and going there, scrapping and fighting against these guys. If you lose the game, fine, but go down as warriors, go down fighting hard, scrapping. Just bring that grittiness with you, man, and go out there and play. And if you go out there and play and let the young boys run some pace, I think we got a chance to be in the game like we always was. But it's gonna be a fun game tonight, and I really do think that like I said, blitz KD every now and then. I think Alex Burks would be all right against Kyrie Irving because he do have size. I do think he might not be able to stop him, but I think he can slow him down because of his size, 6'6". I think he can get him, but Kyrie is Kyrie. You know what I mean? But one thing I'm happy about this, though, with Alex Burks being 6'6" and can put the pressure on him from the outside, if he do get in the lane, you do got a shot blocking guy down there, Mitchell Robinson, can kind of make him contemplate about coming in with all that craziness. So let's see how it goes. But I think we do got a chance. We bring a good defense game plan in there to slow him down a little bit.
Absolutely, and anything's possible. Like again, it's going to be one of them games where we're going to play. We're going to play our best. We're going to play our best to win. I mean, it'd been great if we were playing for something, but we're playing for that pride, New York City pride. We don't want them coming into the Garden screaming Brooklyn, and MSG. We're not having it, regardless of the record. We're not having that, so we're gonna give it our best. But you know what? The NBA, I wore this jacket tonight because the NBA is doing something pretty cool with this Knicks game tonight. For those that got ESPN and ESPN2, they're doing decade-changing graphics. And what that is, they're going to show graphics from the 60s, the 70s, the 80s, and even the 90s with some music themes, too, on ESPN2. To watch it regularly is going to be a regular ESPN, but ESPN2, the first quarter might be like from the 60s, the 70s, the 80s, just the graphic piece of it. I thought that was pretty cool that the Knicks is doing that tonight and allowing the Nets to do it with us too as well. So, not saying it's going to change anything, but I thought that was something that's pretty cool. But honestly, I like to watch it the way I like to watch it. But
yeah, that's going to be dope though.
Yeah,
because,
right.
You're going to have people from different generations be able to observe this. My brother Chip Lover, salute Chip 44. My brother, what's going on with your brother? But you're going to have cats from different decades, women and men from different eras to be able to watch it. So that's going to be pretty cool. I think they're going to enjoy it. You know what I mean? I think it's going to be a fun thing to watch. Just to see, like, you got the 2000s, the early 2000s, the 90s, right. The 80s, the 70s. I mean, that's going to be pretty fun. You know what I mean?
With the music, Devon, too, from that era, like the music that was playing during the time.
Right.
Like, remember the 90s era before a Knick game would come on, and I want the NBA. I want to hear that, so I might too. I'm gonna go back and forth just to see how it looks.
What's that one go?
That's
right.
That's from the 90s.
That's gonna be fun.
I want to hear.
Yeah. Salute to the but Shot Powers. I look at it this way as well, because you could take a game like this here and go in the next season feeling real good about yourself. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. It's like, okay, you know what? We started off kind of poor, we ended up pretty good. But to go into the next season, say, man, we took the Brooklyn Nets. We done played them 3 times. We lost by 5. We lost by 2-3 or 2-2. You know what I mean? So to know that we played, granted they wasn't healthy, but we wasn't healthy neither. Not saying that we healthy, we would have beat them, but I think with the key opponents to our game that we're missing for as players, I think you can't underestimate what Nerlens Noel meant for us and Derrick Rose. So I think them things like that played a major part. And while we probably didn't get over the hump in a lot of games, probably with bad free throw shooting this year and all that stuff, but I am excited about it. I think it'll be fun. I think everybody gonna get it popping. I think ESPN gonna have some great ratings tonight. But I'm looking forward to it, man. I want to see them throw Mitch on KD on a switch, try to get another. You know what I mean? That on KD when he pull over that long jump shot. Mitch run out there trying to block anything. So you already got him last game when you try to pull up and Mitch fake missing. Nah, brother, you ain't having that. So it's gonna be fun, man. I want to see Obi Toppin make that boy run up and down the floor. I want to see Deuce McBride come in and get a chance to shut the. I wish he could have played against Kyrie and all of them. I just want to see these young boys get the experience, man. I'm really looking forward to these guys playing these guys and learning to play against the best. In order to beat the best, you got to you got to be the best. You got to beat the best. Or and I think they got an opportunity to play against two of the best players in the league and showcase that they belong here. And I think it's gonna be fun though. For real.
Yeah, this is gonna be an interesting game to watch, man. A lot of good matchups to watch tonight. This is the battle of the boroughs right here, and like you said, every game has been really, really close, man. It hasn't been a real game that was a blowout game against either one of these teams. They've been pretty right down to the wire, and tonight the Nets will see a Knicks different team out there tonight, and I hope the scheming, there probably really wasn't much of a look or a scheme for Obi Toppin tonight. And I hope Obi Toppin stays consistent and he's still constantly moving out there tonight. Make KD use some of those legs tonight. Take a little bit of wind out of him a little bit. You know what I mean? Run up and down, sneak behind for the reverse pass to break to the hole. Do some things that KD might not be I don't want to say ready for, but not aware of what Obi can do. So tonight Obi needs to get one of those games like he's been having the last 2 games, man. He needs to have a good scoring night because this guy KD is gonna come out there, he's gonna try to ball out. So we need Obi to ball out too. Put some extra cardio into KD tonight, man. We might can keep him under 30.
Yeah. I think they played the other night. Kyrie dropped 35 last night. So I think they might be coming up for back-to-back, not mistaken. But you know what? I really believe that. I just want to see Emmanuel quickly keep elevate this game, and keep his maturation going because I think this cat is really going to be on the cusp of getting better, man. And I just want to throw this up there right quick and let the fans see what I'm talking about. This is Emmanuel Quickly's last since March the 18th, guys. 28 minutes, 15 points, 16 points, 17 points, 10, 23, 18, 8, 16, 17, 20. I mean, man, 10 rebounds, 7, 3, 1, 6, 2, 5, 5, 4, 4. I mean, and that's why I was saying ain't too many Knicks putting up his numbers since March like that. You know what I mean? And I really think that's impressive right there. And that's why I hope that he get these 2 games going, these last 3 games, get it popping, go into the off season, work on a couple of things he need to work on, and come back out and in the summertime, get better, KJ. And next thing you know, I think he'd be ready to roll, man. I'm excited about him, man. Quickly in the numbers, man. That's impressive over a month span almost.
Yeah, and I think with these last 3 games, we see how I look at. It's time to shut some of these guys like Alec Burke and Evan Fournier. Man, let the young guys play the rest of it. I mean, even if they start, let them play out the rest of the game. Because it's like we already know. I mean, you might want to get out there and play bad. It's hard to tell a basketball player to sit down, but after a while, it's like, look, man, we let the young guys get out there and play. So it's a young guys league. Let them guys play the last 2 games. But quickly, McBride, Grimes, Sims coming to the summer. That's what I want to see. Got to see those guys out there tonight because they are our future guys, and some of them may be here next year, some may not be there next year. But again, we got to remember some of these players because we're growing to like them, but the overhaul is coming, and we just don't know which players are going to leave. And that's the most interesting part of this summer because normal summers we know who's coming back, who we think is coming back, but this summer we don't know how many people coming back or how many people leaving. So it's very interesting, and I'm interested to see what's going to happen when the season's over. Because look, the LA Lakers season is over for them. It's over. You look at all like Devon, you always bring this up. You look at all the other teams. We talk about our Knicks teams. We're Knicks fans, but if you look at all the other teams that are in the same row, we got a better record than the Lakers.
Right, and they got Hall of Famers. 4.
Right. So it's like. It's a big microscope on it because it's New York City, and I understand that. But if we really step back and look at the NBA as a whole, the Knicks didn't really do as bad based on the players that we had and the players that was out and the players that we brought in. They didn't do that bad. The expectations was just not there for us this year. So.
Yeah, you're 100% right, KJ, because I do think that there's a lot of teams we could point. It was a lot of teams coming to see. Everybody was talking about how Indiana was better than us. Oh, they got Brogdon. Oh, they got Turner. Oh, they got this guy. They better than the Knicks. They got Sabonis. They in tank mode. You know what I mean? Oh, this team got these guys. They better than the Knicks. I'm like, man, y'all bugging. You know what I mean? and for real, and look where they at. Look where they at. You know what I mean? We had a couple of things go the wrong way. A lot of guys in jail fast enough. A lot of guys was injured, and we know, like I said, with every team, COVID, the situation, the pandemic hit a lot of teams, man. And then I think that's what it is. But I do think we on the cusp of something special in New York. I do, and whether we take the draft pick or keep it or trade it, I do think the Knicks is on the cusp of doing something good. I really believe this is going to be a good team moving forward. And I just think that we just got to keep building that. Salute my man Paris. Salute my brother. Hope all is well today. I just think we just got to keep building it, man, and keep growing step by step, and get them better every day, putting in work, going into all season. One thing I can say about these young guys that are these guys, they all put in work, though, Shot Powers. They always in the gym. They always trying to improve their game. And that's why I know we might knock our coach a lot for the things he might do in the game. But you can't knock him for the development of these kids. RJ got better. Mitchell Robinson got better.
Facts.
All these guys got better under him. So whether we might disagree about the way he coached the team for X's and O's and rotation, you cannot take away from the fact that he got all these guys playing. Look at Obi. I think if he would have had more minutes, he might would be even better. So we can knock him for that, but we can't knock him for the fact that he got these guys being more talented. They earning they work because they putting in the work. Look at RJ in 2 years under Tom Thibodeau. 17 this year, 20 this year. You know what I mean? And I think next year he'll be better. So I understand why the Knicks organization brought him back. Let's hope that he can learn off some of his stubborn ways maybe and say, okay, but just like Tom Thibodeau, just like players, he got to learn. You know what I mean? You never, he might have to go into next year, reevaluate the way he was coaching this year. Right. I might got to short the leash on some of these guys when I even though I know they're my veteran guys, I trust in them. But he one thing about him, man, when he was in Chicago, He got Derrick Rose to do the right thing as a young player. He got Jimmy Butler to do the thing as a right player. He turned out a lot of good players. So let's hope that he can learn from this year and go into next year and say, you know what? Now I'm gonna have to give these guys more opportunity because I see them they kind of show improving themselves, I think.
I'm going to swing back to the talk about Emmanuel quickly, and salute to Paris Duggan for that thing. I think quickly does have that heart. I think he has that dog in him too, and he
Facts.
could be one that can step up and say something because he's that style. He has that style in his game.
Mhm.
The one thing that we always talk about is Emmanuel quickly, about being the quote unquote point guard. And the one thing that I could say about Emmanuel quickly, some nights he comes out and he is a guard. He is a guard that plays on the team. He's very effective. And some nights he plays like a point guard. He comes out there, he directs the team, he issues out schemes to run and stuff like that. He makes the smart assists. Last game that Emmanuel quickly, he showed me that he is a point guard. The way he played the ball, he scored about 20 points. He had 10 and 10, I think it was,
Mhm.
with his assists and his rebounds. The one thing that I've noticed from Emmanuel quickly in this time, and I haven't looked up no stats, I'm not exactly sure about where they range or where it is, but his turnover ratio to assists
Unreal.
has to be very low, man. I very rarely hear myself say about quickly,
Yeah.
damn, quickly, you just turned the ball over. Ah, quickly, quickly. Y'all, you shouldn't, quickly turn the ball. I very rarely hear me
Yeah.
say anything about quickly turning hit the ball over. So he's very smart about, he may dribble a little bit too much. He may not make the pass when he needs to make a pass, but what he does do is he does make a smart pass when he does. He doesn't turn the ball over a lot. And this year he has elevated his game and rebounding, at least in the last couple of months that I've been watching.
Mhm.
So he is coming into a better player for himself, not a complete player, but a better player for himself. And the one thing that I like about him, he is all about team. He wants his team that he plays with, the New York Knicks, to play better as a team. He wants Obi to be good. He wants Randall to be good. He wants to look out for Mitch. Whoever's out there on the court, he wants to make them look better. And that's the one thing that I'm looking for to see what happens in this summer. Because if Quickly comes here next summer and finds himself a jump shot, 12, 15-foot jump shot, if Quickly can learn how to not dribble as much, but penetrate more, we may not be looking for a regular point guard. We may not look for a Saxon. We may not look for a Brunson. We may have our point guard this year. So let's see what happens for these next two games with him playing. I wish he could play tonight. I wish he could be the starter tonight. But Tibbs, that's our boy Tibbs. That's our boy Tibbs. So we know
Yeah.
we know we know Quickly's work. But the one thing that I can guarantee, Quickly would probably be he will be in the fourth quarter. He'll be heavy minutes in the fourth quarter. That I could guarantee for the night.
Yeah, absolutely. You know what? Just to piggyback off what you were saying, I passed to KJ, and Paris made a great point. You go into the all season, master the point guard program all the way. Because see, one thing about Quickly, he dribbles. He might over dribble sometime, but here's one thing that's good about him. What I like about Quickly is like he keeps his dribble. As
Facts.
a point guard, you got to keep your dribble. If you get in that lane and you don't got nothing, you got to learn how to get that ball, swing it back out to the top, which he does pretty well. Sometimes he might overdo it, but I think he is on the cusp of learning how to. I love that he get in that lane. If he don't got nothing, he'll bring
He'll
that ball
come
back
bring it
up.
right back out and start it
Yeah,
over.
be it started all over again. That's a mentality that a lot of these shoot first guys don't have in this league. So KD, and I think that's one trait that I think he's going to get better at, and that's why I'm hoping that Obi Toppin finds a way to crack this thing with that young man. Because if they give Obi Toppin 25 minutes next year game, I think you see Obi Toppin numbers because he can get it. He's not one dimensional to me. Now that his three ball is kind of stroking pretty good, I think he's gonna work on it in the all season.
All season.
All season long. He go and the mid range game once he get that popping, I think you're gonna have a real interesting dilemma with him. And I think that him and Quickly got that chemistry with, and you could just imagine having Grimes who could knock down a three the way he knocked it down and Didi's catch up. And if Mitch come back and oh my God, I mean, I just think that. But Obi Toppin, I want to see these last 3 games, man, because 2 games in a row, 20 back-to-back 20 games, and like he said in the press conference, the more time, the more rhythm. You know what I mean?
Right.
Basketball is a game of rhythm. You're a ball player. You know, we all played ball before. You know, you might miss your first jump shot or two in the first 2 minutes, but damn, you get 18 minutes. The next 16 minutes, you might hit 3 in a row. You know what I mean? And that's the limit that he's facing. Whereas Tom Thibodeau just gotta. I'm not glad that Julius Randle hurt. I'm glad that because he's not playing, Obi Toppin got to play a little bit more to show what he can do with more minutes. I think it's important.
Right. Hey, it's endless possibilities with these young guys. We all talk about quickly. Think about year one. What was Quickly's biggest go-to move? That go down line and he floats it up, floater.
Mm-hmm.
He doesn't really do that much anymore. The only thing he does do right now, he might come down the court and just shoot a 3-point. Like, why he shoot that 3? Now, if it go in, we have, but if it don't go in, so I think with that, he'll work at that. But from a year 1 to a year 2 and going to year 3, what I see for him, and he wasn't even scheduled to be a point guard. I mean, it's sky's the limit for him.
Mm-hmm.
And again, it's really seeing what he's going to do tonight. Him against Kyrie, I'm looking for that matchup because he could pick Kyrie pull up, but Kyrie got that handle. And Quickly got some good defense too, but again, Kyrie got defense quickly too.
Mm-hmm.
So I want to see his game has matured. So I want to see exactly what Quickly is going to do from next year. Because if that man can come down and control that 3-point and the floaters and start going more to the hole, not just going all the time, and then pass first point guard, man, New York City Knicks real talk family, we might have our future Knick point guard, the finally Knick point guard that we all been waiting for. However, I'm not saying that we don't go make a big splash if one's there, but it's always good to have more guards than
just in case.
It's a guard league. We need as many guards as possible on this Knick team. So
yeah, I agree with you. I agree with you. You know what? For me, I think right now, for me, Quickly, Grimes, and McBride, you get a number 2. Whether it's Donovan Mitchell, whether it's whoever, to play that 2 spot and give it to Quickly. Put this hypothetically, this is all hypothetical. This hypothetical, you had Quickly, Donovan Mitchell, Deuce McBride, and Grimes as your four rotational point guard, and that's nice because all of them cats can shoot the 3 ball and they all can defend, all 4 of them. You know what I mean? We haven't seen the backcourt like that in a minute, just hypothetically. And even if it's not Donovan Mitchell, I'm just throwing it out there, just to put it out there. But if you had a guard like him who could take that 2 spot and just give Quickly the keys, just give him the keys. You know what I mean? And knowing that he know that when he go to the bench, you got a defensive mind again. And I think Deuce McBride, Tom Thibodeau need to unleash him too. That young man got game. I just like his game as well. I like his shot is nice. The other night I was watching when he hit that 3, then he stroked that. He went up to dribble, pulled up and hit. I'm like, that boy got a nice shot too. So I think we're in a good place if we can get one more guard. If it's not Derrick Rose, he's not going to be here if he's going or whoever. But if it's an open spot, I would love to see if we can get a real bona fide 2 maybe. A 20-point score in 2 game, I don't know, or unless you say we go young and we put Grimes at the 2 and then we get somebody to back up Grimes. You know what I mean? Some of that nature shot power. But I do think the emergence of Emmanuel quickly coming out of summer, I do think the New York Knicks point guard spot is his to lose going into training camp next year if they don't make a big splash.
Yeah, the hope is that the Knicks look to see what they want to do and how they're going to do it. If we're not really, if we're trying to sign Mitch, and if they do offer RJ his money this year, and we do move on from either Randall or Fournier, we'll have to look, we'll have a look to see if we make that big splash, or if we stay regular. If we're going to stay regular and let IQ be the starting point guard, then I would prefer him for how much we paying him and what he knows about the team, than to bring someone that's kind of same tier level as like a Brunson or a Saxon.
Mhm.
I think if we're not going big fishing for that position, I think IQ will do a great job next year. I know he's going to get probably another 20. If I looked at IQ, I've been looking at it, but I looked at IQ, and he did something. He got a little big. His shoulders is mad wide, but he ain't got no meat on his bone. I mean, now he not bony, but he, you know what I'm saying? If he put on another
Some muscle mass.
12, 15 pounds, beef up them arms, let them that traps and everything drop down, man. I think this guy, he's aggressive. He wants that smoke. He's been a defensive minded this year. He has some long arms. He makes some smart decisions. If we don't go big fish open, i.e., Donovan Mitchell or a DeAndre Murray or something, you know, some big move like that. I think the Knicks bring IQ back as being the starting point guard for next year. And I
Yeah,
think he'll come back and he'll show us why he got that position, why he worked so hard this year for that position next year.
yeah, he got that Maryland East Coast blood in him too. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man.
Hey, well, I like Parrish. I tell you, I would like to see that tonight. Parrish, Deuce, quickly, Grimes, Simmons, Obi. I like to see them boys because the Nets second unit would not be able to keep up with them cats. And take it out. He the defender. He the defender. He the defender. He the defender. He can get better at defending. So you got four guys on that floor who literally can defend the basketball. I would love to see that, man. Just tonight, just for the hell of it. These Deuce and quickly. Oh my goodness, that would be crazy.
Summer league right there.
Yeah, that would be crazy, man. It's KJ, just to know them young guys got that. Like you said, Fournier and them off the bench. You know, they season battle. We know what they could do.
Right.
Yep. Real.
And that's what I'm talking about. Like, you know, but we know how Tibbs is. He's gonna let the guys play, but season's over, man. Let the young guys go, man. Let the young guys go and see how we're gonna fill in. You know that we can get into who should be playing, who's not playing, but we know them young guys gotta go right now.
Like that, Sam. Yeah.
They the key. What did Sam say? Driving school's over. Tibbs. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we all seeing this, but we've been saying this, but we know how Tibbs is going to do. He's going to let them play. Let them guys play. I mean, so we think. So you never know.
It may be just because we might need Burks and Fournier to fill bodies. We may need 9 men, 10 men, just to let them play.
Yep.
Hey, so how do y'all feel about I know we talked about this before, but guys, I believe one of these players are going to be leaving us between a Grimes, McBride, a Sims, in a trade for someone. How do you guys feel about that?
I don't have a problem with none of it. I just think Grimes should stay in New York. I just don't think they should trade him. I think when he healthy, that boy, his defense on that wing position and the way he knocked down that 3-ball, to me, like I said, I think Grimes makes Evan Fournier expendable.
I do too.
I do, man. That dude, he's the second coming to Allen Houston with that jump shot.
To get a guy like a Donovan Mitchell or a Damian Lillard.
Yeah,
you guys are okay with you get Utah on the phone. Utah wants Julius Randle, Karen Reddish.
I got that. I got that trade.
You saw that trade, right?
I seen that one too.
So would y'all do it?
Julius Randle,
Karen Reddish, draft capital, and Grimes for Donovan Mitchell, Hernangez, and Royce from there.
I would. Yeah, absolutely. Because Royce can D up just like Grimes can.
Yeah. Royce O'Neal.
Yeah, Royce O'Neal. Yeah, he can D up like Grimes can. A little older, but that what it does is it kind of puts us out of a younger limit for us age wise on a team. We might be a couple of steps older with Royce O'Neal opposed to Grimes. But man, his defense is nice. Yeah, to get
Donovan Mitchell, I'm doing it.
You doing it? Okay.
Yeah, Randall.
I think about that, chat.
I had one out there too that I seen, and I put it together and it worked on the trade block. If we move on from Mitchell Robinson this year, right? Mitchell Robinson ups and leaves, and we got an open spot. Would you be opposed to bringing in Zion and Valanciunas, but we will have to give up Randall, Grimes, IQ, our first round pick 2023, and the Mavericks first round pick in 2023?
Yeah, you got to do that. You got to do that to get Zion here. As much as I'm worried about his injury, but if it ain't other than the injury, you bring Zion here and you able to keep R.J. Barrett, Cam Reddish. But then you're gonna have to really go out there and get a point guard because you're
I
giving up.
mean, this is not even with Randall being moved yet. This is a trade if Mitch leaves.
If Mitch leaves, let me get this right. If Mitch leaves, you do Valanciunas, Randall. I mean Valanciunas and Zion. You're saying?
I mean, right? Randall, exactly. Randall,
Randall,
Grimes, and IQ.
all three of them. Yeah, I
Yeah.
guess. Yeah.
Randall, Grimes, IQ. But we don't have Mitch now. We don't have Mitch. We getting rid of Randall in this trade. We bringing back Zion. We getting Valanciunas, but we
Which I
have
don't
to
have a
give up.
problem with.
But we have to give up Grimes, IQ, and Randall, and the two first round picks in 2023.
Oh man.
Hey, look. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. I'll tell you right now,
That's hard, bro.
Because for me, the Grimes and IQ thing is rough.
Yeah.
Right, it is rough.
For me. I know because Zion, like we like Zion, but it's like, what if he comes here and gets hit? He's been injury prone his whole career so far, right? I mean, we've seen him the man was averaging double
27 points
off layups and dunks.
Yeah, not a jump shot, not nothing. About 9 rebounds and about 4 assists a night.
Yeah, I just don't think the Knicks brass would do. I think the old brass of the Knicks years ago would do somebody, but I think these Leon Rose and Ward Watch, they're just too savvy of a front office to give up so many assets.
That's 2. It's only 2 first rounds. And
yeah,
you're talking about IQ and Grimes, right?
Yeah, and then with the draft, I just don't.
We still can make a move in that trade also with Fournier too.
You know what? Yeah.
That's what I said.
Scalabrini said, Donovan Mitchell for RJ at 2 first. I'm not letting RJ go. I would rather give up Randall and Fournier. Because here's the reason why I say that.
I'm not giving that up.
If you keep Rudy Gobert, let's say this, if you keep Rudy Gobert, I don't think, why would they do that though? Why would they bring RJ in to play with Rudy Gobert? They might as well just keep Donovan Mitchell. Because you're gonna have to you're gonna have to extend RJ anyway. You know what I mean? So in other words, Utah willing to take RJ instead of Donovan Mitchell. I think what they should do is take Randall and Fournier. Because you know why? That keeps them a playoff team. A playoff team. Then the thing about that, Fournier's contract gonna be expendable. That way you're not eating much as Donovan Mitchell. So you lose $98 million in Donovan Mitchell's salary. You take it back Fournier's $36 million, which would be off the books in a year because he could have aspiring after that. And then you only locked in a Randall's contract, which would probably go down once a year. I don't know, that's tough. But for RJ, I would love to see RJ and Donovan Mitchell together. That's what I'm trying to say. I would love to see them together. It's amazing. If I'm hearing that if that trade happens in Dallas to Mitch to Dallas, I can see Mitch going there because Mitch is a Southern boy. New Orleans, down in the Bayou, Southern boy. I can see that happening. But I like that. I wish we could hold one of IQ or Grimes in that Zion trade.
Then we would probably have to put in Reddish.
Yeah,
they make about the same amount of money.
Yeah, and Reddish due for a contract extension after next year too.
Right. I just think the Knicks direction, they didn't just bring Cam Reddish here for just the filler.
Right.
I think behind closed doors, they went to RJ. RJ, who if you had one player, who you picking?
Reddish, listen, man. He on the phone with him right as soon as you said that.
I just believe behind closed doors, they probably might have told them. I don't know how true it is, allegedly. I'm just throwing it out there. I think they said, hey, look, this is your team for the future, man. again, the timestamp, the age, his emergence right now, for us to really get rid of RJ right now, I just don't see it happening.
Nah, I ain't
If it
moving
was to
RJ.
happen, I know we're just talking about it, but I just think the Knicks are going to build this team around RJ, and it's basically, hey, RJ, who else you want on this team? Who else stays on this team, man? So we got to be very careful of the players that may come in, we may lose. Like, I don't want to see a Grimes or IQ go, but just a couple months ago, we was talking about, hey, maybe we're going to get rid of IQ, you know? So it's, if we got to sacrifice IQ for Donovan Mitchell, I'm with it, because it brings us that star point guard in here. Again, IQ still on the come up. We like what he's doing, but we also seen the IQ that goes missing MIA a lot of the times too. So it's one of them things, but I can live with getting rid of IQ for the star point guard we finally need if it came down in the trade. But a guy like Grimes, I'm not sure yet, because Grimes is a rookie, and he showed me a lot his rookie year.
Now here's something I would do. Parrish, I'm glad you put that up. That was a good point. Danny wants to rebuild Utah.
I heard that.
Also see now, you send a Fournier, a couple of our young guys, and some picks for Donovan Mitchell. Here's why. We know that Fournier got a sparring coming up at the next year. He got a good rapport with Rudy Gobert. He'd be a good veteran for a year or two to keep in the fold until they go to the full rebuild. And then he'd be like, you know what? I got Fournier's book money off the books. I could take that and add a couple of pieces. So I could see that happening. But I do think that if anything I would do to Utah for Donovan Mitchell, I would try to throw Evan Fournier in there. But me giving up a couple of our young players and some picks, so be it. You get Donovan Mitchell here. You still can go to New Orleans with Julius Randle, Mitchell Robinson, 2 or 3 picks and play and get Zion Williamson. Now you got your cornerstone, RJ, Zion, and Donovan Mitchell. Game over. So it can be done.
It can be done.
Yeah, I understand where you come from that, but I do. You know, here's one thing I can say about RJ Parrish. I agree with you. I'm not disputing what you're saying. I think RJ Barrett. You look at Randall at 27,
right?
And this cat is 21, and I mean he's 21 and he's doing what he's doing. That's not easy to do. I mean, unless you're just born with a talent. But here's the thing: the guy came into the league without a jump shot. We knew coming out of Duke he wasn't a good. If once RJ Barrett fixes his jump shot, his free throw shooting, he's going to be good in this league for a very long time. 2 years from now, 3 years from now, RJ Barrett will be a 25-point per game scorer in the NBA. Just because he's one of the few guys in the NBA, to me, that constantly goes downhill. Not sometime. A lot of guys in the league now depend on shooting a jump shot. What happens when that jump shot ain't falling? What happens when you got a bad shooting night and your jump shot not falling? At least RJ Barrett, he said, my jump shot ain't on, I'm going downhill. You know what I mean? And that's in the days league, I think that's important. Everybody can't be Steph Curry. You know what I mean? Everybody can't be this guy who born with a jump shot that phenomenal. But for RJ Barrett, the man goes downhill. You can't stop him. He was like LeBron minus the jumping ability to me. When LeBron came into the league, shot power, he just can go downhill with that body. And you're going to have to foul him. And I think once the refs start giving him fouls, maybe, and I think the kid, and I like the rapport he got with them guys. Obi Toppin love him, Quickly love him, Grimes love him, Mitch loves him. That's important to have a player who the other players love to be around.
Facts. You know what I
mean? And they love being around RJ Barrett. I mean, it'd be different if he was like, they don't. I mean, Obi Toppin, them guys got a good rapport, that young man, that young nucleus, man. I just think you just got to plug 1 or 2 players in there and let them boys grow together. And I think if you keep that young nucleus with RJ, Grimes, McBride, Quickly, Deuce, Cam Reddish, Mitchell Robinson. Mitchell Robinson, 23 years old, he just turned 24. These are all young dudes, man. They are very young. So I'm excited about that part of it. That's why the season wasn't a failure to me, KJ and Shop, because I think these young guys got an opportunity to come back next year and make the Knicks a better team. And I think that with the right player coming in, I think they lead us to the playoffs next year. I really believe that they're being like K-Shop House. That's why I'm kind of excited about what he can do. But listen, it's about the name in the front, like we all say. RJ could be moved. I'm not denying that. Anybody can be moved. But I do think the Knicks going to build around that young man, because I think he's on. And man, listen, you can't. Real quick, I'm gonna pass to you. We all disagree. We all agree that everybody can get better. You know what I'm saying, Shaw Powers? But the man went 14 in his rookie year, 17 in his next year, 20 in his next year. So that means next year he's gonna go another level. He's about different levels. He's a guy that's in the gym. He want to get better. He works hard. He want to be great. And I think when you got that mentality, it's hard to stop somebody like that. I really do believe that.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to piggyback on what you just said, man. I think the guys like to play with RJ Barrett. And I think that might be one of the saving grace that we have to try to hold on to Mitchell Robinson. Him and Mitchell Robinson, you see them sitting on the sidelines together. They're always joking and cracking jokes together. They're always close together. Mitch and him has a really good rapport on the court, passing the ball to each other and stuff like that. So I believe RJ might be holding grace. I forgot how you say that word, but that might be our way to keep him Mitchell Robinson.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm gonna throw this out here too. How do y'all feel about DeAndre Fox? Would y'all make a trade for DeAndre Fox if we give up Julius Randle and Cam Reddish?
I'm doing that.
You doing
it? I'm doing that.
Okay. I hate to give up Cam Reddish in that deal, because here's why. I think Cam Reddish talent just as good as De'Aaron Fox. He shoot the 3-ball better than De'Aaron Fox. He rebound better than De'Aaron Fox. I think Cam Reddish is that good. I really believe he's going to be that good. My problem with not one of De'Aaron Fox here, but when I come to look at it, here's a problem I have with the contract and the way he's been playing. He hasn't been to the playoffs yet. And this is important, people. RJ Barrett in his second year went to the playoffs. De'Aaron Fox didn't even sniff the playoffs. They ain't even sniffed the playoffs in 16 years, that whole franchise. And much as we get on our Knicks about not being a blah, blah, blah organization, they ain't winning nothing. Them cats ain't been in the playoffs in 16 years. Now, he done played with all these guys, man. I think he's nice. I think Thibodeau can bring the best out of him, KJ, so I might have to agree with you on that to bring him in because of Tom Thibodeau. Tom Thibodeau might make him work harder on the defense. He might teach him some things that maybe he's just not getting taught down there. Maybe Luke Walton and all the coaches they had with him didn't have that. See, that's the one thing about culture that's important. That if you ain't got the right culture around you, you're never going to develop these habits. And that's what I like about what we got in New York. We got the right culture around us.
Right.
You know what I mean? So I might have to say, but the Cam Reddish part just kills me though.
Right.
Let me explain why I said it too. So I'm sorry, excuse me.
I'm gonna break it down after that too. Go ahead, Sean.
The reason why I say that is because if it's not Cam Reddish, it would be Quentin Grimes. You know what I mean? So it's either Quentin Grimes or Cam Reddish. You know what I mean? That's why I said it, because when we move one of those spots, that would be the person who takes that spot. That means RJ would stay at the 3 and Grimes would be the 2 with De'Aaron Fox as the point guard.
I like that.
You know what I mean? All right, that's why I'm saying that. Can't now, or vice versa, it would be Cam Reddish, RJ, and DeAndre, who the hell am I? And Fox on the starting crew, and we would have to give up Grimes in that trade, Grimes and Randle. So I was just trying to be, since I said one trade for quick Grimes before I threw Cam in this one.
Yeah.
I feel you, Cash. I'm just throwing it out there.
I got you. I can't. It's hard with the Cam Reddish. You can't take.
It's hard with Cam Reddish and it's hard with Grimes. It's hard with either one of them.
That's why I don't want to. Hey, KJ. That's the reason why. Look up on that board. Obi, IQ, Mitch, and RJ. To me, you just plug one person in with that squad. I think we on the cusp of something. It's just so hard, man, to get. Oh man, I just think that
I just think
Mitchell Robinson, Obi Toppin, Cam Reddish, RJ, and quickly. I would go into the starting season with that.
I would too. That's what I think it's going to be. I think that's going to be the starting crew.
I get what you're coming from, but I like Fox. Fox is he's a real deal. But like you said, maybe him getting out of Sacramento could also. But now, can he take the pressure of New York City? You know what I mean?
I mean, my thing is D and Shy. Who can? Like we seen players for years, so it's like, we know if we go to a different atmosphere, you change a job, you're the new person in there, you're gonna give it your all,
Word
right?
up.
You're gonna give it your all. So the thing I'm looking at, if I'm putting Cam Reddish and DeAndre Fox on a board, DeAndre Fox has been in the league for 4 years. He has had a better career so far than me. The guy's averaging 23.2 points per game.
Yep.
If we go back to his college career, it was Lonzo Ball and DeAndre Fox. What happened in that game? DeAndre Fox shut down Lonzo Ball.
Facts.
And they was like, man, maybe we should draft DeAndre Fox. So imagine now we got a guard in here with another lefty with RJ Barrett now, right? Imagine him two in the back with RJ Barrett, him two. We can pick and choose who we want at that 3.
That's true. You got
I mean, either or it could go. I would be okay with letting Cam Reddish with a guy like that. You know what I mean? So again, Cam Reddish, from his sample size, we like what we've seen from him, but we don't know where he is yet. We know what this guy is right now. So and he's only 23. He fits the timeline of the Knicks young core. Another young guy to come on in, and the money matches with him and Julius Randle. So
yeah. I would
just throwing it out there. That's all. Just throwing it out there.
Hey guys, Farris, y'all don't look into that one play. I don't think one play.
Good one, shot.
Yeah, I don't think one play because he didn't pass him the ball on the fast break. I don't think that defines who RJ Barrett is. I really don't. I mean, he trying to get numbers at the end of the year just because he's trying to reach a certain goal. And I don't think even took it that way. I don't think we should. I don't think y'all should make that a reason why I think that RJ Barrett is a selfish guy or he don't pass the ball. I don't see him get the ball to a lot of guys through the course of the season. Don't let one play define who RJ Barrett is because he didn't get him on a fast break. Shit happens. He might want to really get that point for a reason. I mean, but I've just seen him get Fournier the ball. I've seen him get Mitchell Robinson the ball. I've seen him get quickly I've seen him get Obi the ball quite a few times. I just don't want to define I think we could be upset that he didn't get it to him. I agree, but I don't think that should define him as a selfish player or anything. I don't think that's the case. I think RJ, like he said in the all season, he said he want to go and work on his playmaking, his decision making, because it's about he's 21. He's a young brass. He doesn't do like everybody else. Now that's different if it's somebody 30 years old or 28 years old. Yep. I mean, you make mistakes in life. You're 21 years old. You're still a baby almost to me. So RJ Barrett, he's 21. He's allowed to make mistakes. Now so I'm not gonna really reprimand him for that play because he's young. He's real young. But I do think that young man, he got something special with him. You know what I mean? I think him and Obi got a good report, like in a press conference. RJ said, I got to go home to 4 dogs. And Obi said, I got to go home to 2 kids. And RJ said, that's fair. They got a lot of love for each other, man. These cats love being with each other. Despite what we may see on the outside, in that gym, them cats love each other. I think RJ, especially
Mitchell.
Yeah, Mitchell, RJ, Obi, them young guys love being with each other, man. These cats really got a good rapport. A really good rapport. So I do think that it happens. I agree with, like I said, I'm not defending RJ about the play. He could have gave the ball up. But I understand that it didn't happen. So all I'm saying is I'm not going to beat him up for that. Everybody miss passes. Everybody do something selfish sometime. I mean, we human beings. But I guarantee you, RJ find his players more than he don't find them. I get it. I'm not trying to defend him for that one play. Yeah, he could have gave Obi that ball. He could have. But at the same time, it didn't happen. But I don't think that should define who he is as a basketball player because of one play. Because many times I've seen RJ do a lot of things that a lot of other players don't do with his players too. You know what I mean? So it's like a give and take. I get it. You know what I mean? I'm not disputing anything at all. Because I see the same play you guys watching. I was like, damn, RJ, that ball could have went to Obi. It didn't happen. It is what it is. You know what I mean? But I do think he does a lot of good things. And I think that them young guys gonna grow together real special, man. That's why I'm hoping that whatever we do, this has been a long time. Shaw Powers, you, KJ, even the chat. It's been a long time since the Knicks had a young core like this here. I got you, Pat. I take that.
Thanks.
I take that. Strike one. I'm good with that. I'm good with that. Real talk. But I'm just happy that they got a young core like this, man. You know what I mean? Damn,
never had this.
Time we see the team like this with a bunch of young guys who got a chance. And this is what we always wanted them to do too, because this is where you build a championship team.
This right here is where everybody talks about building from the draft.
Right.
All our guys that we have right now, Mitchell Robinson, Obi Toppin, Sims, IQ, Grimes, Deuce, all RJ from the draft. And all these guys that we got majority of these guys that we just picked up were from this regime right here. Mm-hmm. These young guys that they went back, they pushed back 2 more picks to go back, another pick to go back, and got Obi Toppin. We got Obi Toppin was number 8, but we got Sims, we got Grimes, we got Quickly, and we got Deuce McBride, man. Those are young guys, and that is what you call building from the draft. So if we do if we can move on from Julius Randle or Evan Fournier this year, we can pick up someone that's around the timeline of these guys right here that we just talked about, this younger nucleus that we have, and we could do some real positive things in the next years to come.
Hey, Devon Shaw, I'm gonna name some names. You either give me a yes or a no if they're gonna be here next year. Quentin Grimes.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Evan Fournier.
No.
Julius Randle.
Hope not. I hope not.
Maybe.
So Evan, no. Julius, maybe. Now it got to be a yes or no.
Oh no.
You got to.
Yes no, I want him to be going. Do I want him to be going? Yes, I want him to be going. Is he going to be going? I don't know. I don't think he's going to be going.
Kemba Walker.
Gone.
Alec Burke.
Ooh, that's a tough one.
Keep him. I think we keep him.
Yes.
Yes.
Noel.
No.
All right. So Evan is no. Noel is no, right? That's saving money right there, right?
Man,
Julius Randle. Julius Randle, who said a maybe, right?
I said he'd be here.
I want him going, but I think he'll be here. I want him. If you was asking me, do I want him going? Yes. Is he going to be here? Probably.
Okay. So this is 5 names, right? So I'm saying those. Huh?
We got one.
You got
Derrick
one,
Rose.
right?
Derrick Rose.
Thank you. D Rose, what do you think?
Gone.
I think he's gone.
Really?
Oh, wait, no Tibbs coming back. Maybe not. I'm gonna say he's here.
I think he goes and we keep Taj.
All
Okay.
right, so going D Rose. Let's say D Rose is going too, right? Okay.
Right.
So we got D Rose going, Noel going, Evan going, Kemba going, Julius and Alec Burke, right? So we got 4 people going already, right?
Mm-hmm.
All I'm saying is that's everybody that got money. That's right there, right? Now we're keeping IQ, Grimes, McBride,
cheap,
Sims,
cheap,
RJ,
cheap. Oh, maybe not cheap.
Cam Reddish. Is Cam Reddish? Yes or no? Cam Reddish.
Yes.
Yeah, he's staying. I think he's staying.
So Cam, it's about 7-8 guys that's going to be here, right? Now, again, now we got this draft coming up. We get eliminated in a couple. Like next week, we done. It's over. Season over. Everybody's going. We got decisions to make. What are we? Just players we just named right there with D Rose, Noel, Evan Fournier. How much money does that save us right there with just those 3 contracts right there?
About 40,
about 50, 60 million.
Right. Okay. We got that. Now we got $50-60 million coming into this draft in June. Free agency starts in July or end of June. Guys and ladies, this right here is going to be one of the biggest Knicks off seasons ever because of all the decisions.
Big
we just got finished talking about when the last time we saw a young core of Knicks players like this.
I don't think I ever, and since I've been watching the Knicks, I don't really, since maybe Patrick Ewing, the youngest crew was maybe Patrick Ewing and Mark Jackson. So those 2 young guys, everybody else is old.
So guess what? When we talk about front offices, this is going to be the year to judge the front office.
Facts.
This right here is going to determine if we keep Leon Rose and World Wide West in the crew or not. This one right here is the one. Even though they drafted people, they got to win. And I know we done had worse people than them years past, but now for them guys to come in here and fix our salary and get things that going, this is going to be the year to judge those guys on year 3.
Yeah, but Parrish made it great, but I was going to bring it up for Parrish, put that in there. It's not necessarily we're going to have, you got to bring salary back in here. You just can't get rid of $60 million. You got to bring salary back in here. You can't trade them back. So I don't think we have $60 million because you got to bring, in order for to get them salary up the book, you got to bring somebody in here. That's why I think the Knicks are going to do the disgruntled thing. That's why they might need they trying to trade them for the Donovan Mitchells and the Zion because, you know, even though them cats got salary that's expendable, you got to trade them to somebody. In order to trade them to somebody, you got to bring some money back in.
You could also take back draft picks. The only one on that, or the only two on that list that may not have to be bring back cap or bring back a player to cover that money would be Julius Randle and Evan Fournier. Everybody else, we don't have to take back a player or nothing. We could take back draft picks. We don't have to take back anything.
And
we can take back only two we would have to take back is Randle and Fournier.
Yeah, out of that $60 million, I would say we can clear 30. We probably can clear 30. Let's put it like that. And that's still a max player or close to a max player.
Right.
But I do think we but I want to put us something because I want to show y'all something and real quick, and I think it's important. And this is the reason why I know everybody kind of high on. Here go Fournier numbers, guys. And that's not even counting the beginning of last year. Not beginning of this year. This is since March the 18th. Points. 15, 17, 11, 12, 7, 11, 5, 30, 19, and 2. That's the reason with a suspect defender. He's averaging in that span 14 points a game. That's why it's hard for me to want to bring Fournier back with these numbers. You asking to pay a guy almost 20. If you're gonna pay Fournier almost $20 million to do this, why you can't pay RJ $30 million? And RJ number is here. Let's put up RJ numbers in that span. I'm just trying to make a point where we can't get caught up in this 3-point shooting only. He's inconsistent, you know. And that's the problem I had with the whole thing from the beginning when they signed him. Like the guy's an inconsistent baller. Even in Orlando, he wasn't doing that constantly. So, and if you look at RJ stats in the last, since March 18, like everybody else, look at his numbers. 18, 24, 30, 30, 18, 21, 28, 25, 12, and 27. Come on. Again, 18, 24, 30, 30, 18, 21, 28, 25, 12, and 27. And granted, sometimes he might have the inconsistent shooting number, but he still put up the number. He dropped 46 points on the Miami Heat defense. On the Miami Heat defense, Jimmy Butler and them, 46 points. So if you got to take that, look at his numbers across the board. He got to get that 34. He got to get that up. But look, he got 5 rebounds, almost 3 assists, 0.6 steals, and 0.2 blocks. But I just don't think, to me, you can move on from Fournier. I'm sorry. I don't think that money to me, it don't even make no sense. Word is born, yo. I mean, that it'd be different if Fournier was 8, 17, 4 and 5. Evan Fournier get you 1 or 2 rebounds, 1 or 2, and barely get you a. I just think that I think you got to move on for him. Them numbers is crazy, and that's only since March the 18th. What about the first half of the season, guys? Evan Fournier was up the joint, bro, and that's why I think you got to move on from that contract. I just think that that to me is not worth it. It really is. Yeah, but that's just not here. I just think that you could get another guy that can give you the same numbers, the same number that Evan Fournier giving you, but he's a better defender.
RJ won a couple of games this year.
Yeah, he did.
He won a couple. He won three, I think it was this year, 3 or 4. He definitely hit that big 3-point off the backboard.
Yeah, right. He hit that one. But here's another thing: Evan Fournier, 30 years old. R.J. Barrett 21 years old.
That's true.
When R.J. Barrett get 30 years old, his Evan Fournier career will not touch R.J.'s career. I'll tell you that right now.
Right.
He don't rebound like R.J. He don't pass the ball like R.J. He don't defend like R.J. He is not going to be, his career will not go better than R.J. Barrett's career because R.J. Barrett is multi-dimensional. Evan Fournier is a one-dimensional ball player. He shoots the three ball real good and occasionally gets to the bucket with a drop. Occasionally, but he's very inconsistent. My man is 21 years old, guys. Fournier is 30 years old. And I don't think Evan Fournier's career is going to be better than R.J. Barrett by a long shot. I'll tell you that right now. We could book that on Knicks Real Talk this day. He will not rebound his career better than R.J. Barrett. He will not have more assists in his career than R.J. Barrett. He will never defend better than R.J. Barrett. And he won't score more than R.J. Barrett in his career because he ain't did it yet. R.J. dropping 20 right now in the third year. Fournier ain't never hit 20 a game in his whole career. He never averaged 20 a game. R.J. did it in his third year.
19 was the highest.
You got to be serious. He ain't never hit 20 points in his career. R.J. in his third year at 21 years old for the New York Knicks playing in the biggest market in the world, dropping 20 points a game in his third year and 21 years old. Evan Fournier ain't never sniffed that.
Can we all agree to this? If Evan Fournier was playing the way he's playing now, that it would have added an extra 10 wins to the New York Knicks right now.
At least 4. Maybe 4 more.
Again, and we always reference it to that first game of the year. When we saw that man play live that first game of the year,
man, I thought we had some.
We was like, man,
I thought we had some.
Finally got a consistent guy that can shoot the three, that finally can help Julius Randle out, whatever. You know, we didn't know how that worked, but then everything that everybody was talking about the defense, that lacked off.
Yep.
But I must say the man is playing better basketball. However, if the Knicks do keep him and find a way to bring him off the bench next year, I'll be fine with that.
Right there,
I'm good with that too. But I tell you what,
KJ.
If everybody here better with somebody playing better basketball at that age, we come up with a 30-year-old dude who's been in the league almost 10 years. He's playing better. No, that's what you're supposed to say about Grimes, RJ, and them. Not a 30-year-old dude who's been in the league that long, and that should be a regular for him. I can see us saying RJ playing better or Mitchell Robinson playing better because they're young. This dude ain't never sniffed 20. I mean, we paying a guy $19 million, and that's what I say, $1 million a point.
Mm-hmm.
He ain't even hitting them numbers. I think he's good because I think people are sold on Fournier because Fournier can knock that three ball down good. But that's not winning basketball. Listen, RJ came in the league in 2 years and made it to the playoffs. Is Evan Fournier in the playoffs this year? He ain't in the play. So it's about winning basketball. Evan Fournier is not a winning basketball player because his numbers don't add up when it comes to offense and defense. He could score 20, he giving up 26. That's his plus minus. Look at his plus minus. They always in the negative. Always. Look at Evan Fournier's number the whole year. He's always in the negative. Always. Because he scored 20, he give up 26. So really you got a -6 on your side. That to me, I think that's bogus. I think you could have kept Reggie Bullock for $10 million, and Reggie Bullock is a plus player.
We said that.
He can
defend his position. He don't score a lot, but he's not giving up a lot. Much as people hate Frank Ntilikina, he couldn't score a lot, but he wasn't giving up a lot. So I just think I think that Evan Fournier thing. I think man, I'm sorry. I just put his numbers up there. Them are some abysmal numbers for somebody making $19 million. I just think that's abysmal. I really do. So I think you move on from that and get a young athletic player. I think Quentin Grimes on a rookie deal can give you better numbers than Fournier can because he's a defender and he can shoot the three ball just like Evan Fournier. And he only paying you $2 million on that position. I would start Quentin Grimes over Evan Fournier all day, every day. Number one, he can defend the position against the young athletic two guards in the league. Watch tonight. Bruce Brown going to run amok on Evan Fournier. I hate to say it, but watch tonight. Watch when somebody go through the hole and Evan Fournier be on his back all night long.
It was only 1 year he averaged 2020 with the Magic. He had 19.7. So yeah, absolutely.
That was the highest. 19.
That was the highest.
19 points.
I'm not being unfair to Evan Fournier because it's had nothing to do with Kemba walking up. Look at his career. I'm talking about Evan Fournier's career.
19
Right.
His career. I'm not talking about just the Knicks this year. His career, even when he was paying under Steve Clifford, he wasn't a good defender. And Steve Clifford is a defensive coach in Orlando. Why do you think Orlando didn't go nowhere? Because Evan Fournier couldn't play defense. Vucevic couldn't play defense. That's why they never went nowhere. Think about him, Eric Gordon, him and Gordon and them guys down in Orlando. Why you think they never went nowhere? Because they was to get smacked on the defense end. I mean, on the offense end, they get to get ate up all the time. I get it. I'm not trying to hate on Evan Fournier. I just don't think for $19 million, somebody like this, you could add $5 more million to that and give it to Cam Reddish. You can give Cam Reddish or Evan Fournier money. That's crazy. I'm sorry. Hey, defense win the championships, bro.
Do you think Fournier comes off the bench? If we move on from Randall, and we find, let's say we don't let IQ be the starting point guard. We get Julius Randle off our books. We get Fox, Mitchell, either one, or Mitchell is a little higher in money, but let's say we get a Fox. We get a Fox here. Does Evan Fournier come off the bench or does he start?
I know what I mean. He might be here starting next year. I'm cool either way. Cause as a Knicks fan, I'm just speaking as a fan. Look at somebody like Desmond Bane down in Memphis, a rookie,
Right.
second year.
Yeah.
Defender.
I'm not knocking that.
Yeah, Quentin Grimes could do what Evan Fournier do, guys. I'm just being real. He could do exactly what Evan Fournier doing, and is a twice better defender.
Right. Yeah, I will bring him off the bench, though. I agree with you, Divine. We could put Grimes in that spot and bring Evan off the bench. I would take. He's still a serviceable player, and I understand his age, but I would use him off the bench if we still got him.
I got
that would probably be the ideal thing to do for him coming off the bench. But do you think Fournier will really want to come off the bench? And him coming off the bench, him coming off the bench, he'll be like, one of the highest paid guys coming off the bench, almost $20 million a year.
Hey, I look at it like this. I look at the other shot. We've been playing. We still playing Joakim though.
It's all after this last.
Yeah, I know.
It's all. We come off that money, baby.
Hey, maybe he'll be the highest paid bench player ever. Not a problem. We'll figure. Because other than that, guess what? We can use him as trade bait. Like it's always something if we can't find something for him.
Yeah, you know what? Like I said, I'm looking at it from a GM perspective. To build a team. It's all right to bring in vet. Back in the day, you know what? You would have guys, you were bringing a vet for $2 million, $3 million, just to fill them voids. You don't need to bring in no vet for no $19 million. He's 30 years old. Back in the days, look at Carmelo Anthony making $2 million in LA. That's what you do to a veteran, a guy 30 years old. You don't get no guy 30 years old, $19 million. You get that to guys like 24, 26, 27. You get veterans who just are going to be on the bench. They're going to be able to come in there and help the young guys mold them, them to be better players. You don't pay nobody $19 million. That Knicks been doing that garbage for a long time. Evan Fournier is a decent ball player. I'm not questioning that. He's not worth $19 million on a Knicks team. Look at the last game, 2 points, 5 points, 7 points. Come on, guys, $19 million, and you only score 2 points a game. Please. I don't like that one, man. Sorry, I'm at to disagree.
Hey, D. What if we drop 50 now? It's gonna change your mind. Watch Evan Fournier.
No. The why it's not gonna change my mind. I'm gonna go back to you. What did you say the Knicks' power was all year long?
They're consistent. They up and down.
That's Evan Fournier.
They back and forth, right?
That's Evan Fournier. So listen, I'm like, yeah, he dropped 50 tonight, but tomorrow I'm gonna come back and say, guess what, guys? He dropped 5 points the other night. It's like, it's tough. It's tough. Like I said, I think if you can move Evan Fournier, you move him. Anybody can shoot a basketball. That's what we are in a shooting league now. What is the NBA now? A 3-point shooting league. Everybody coming out of college can shoot the ball. Anybody can shoot a 3-point shot. That's normal. That's what the NBA is about now. Can anybody get in there and get in your grill and stop you from scoring? Remember, Knicks had 28-point leads. They blew 28-point leads. All these guys was in that. Or Evan Fournier was a part of it. Randall was a part of it. R.J. Barrett was a part of it. I'm not paying nobody $19 million. You can't stop me. You can't stop me. I ain't giving you that money. Like, okay, I'll give it to Evan Fournier, and I'm almost 60 years old in another year. I'll give it to Evan Fournier. I probably can't do that against RJ. And then they young, strong, bully me up, hit me with an elbow. Next thing you know, I'm in the hospital.
AD, I'm gonna have to.
Look, I'll give it to Evan Fournier with a couple of joints.
I'm gonna have to respectfully decline that, because let me tell you, if Evan Fournier walked up on your local park, let me tell you, he'll shut it down. I'm sorry.
No,
your first NBA player shut it down.
You never see me play basketball. You never see me. Listen, you never see me. Hey, go in Irvington Park. Listen, you never see me play. I would defend Evan Fournier to the fullest. I'll defend him. I'll defend him.
Chat. What y'all think? Y'all think Devon give it to Evan Fournier?
Y'all give it to him. And listen, everybody else giving it to him.
Everybody else on the NBA though. Again, it's one of them things. If you're worse, we take Evan Fournier and you bring him to your local park or
he gonna get busy. Yeah, he gonna burn that thing down. He gonna burn that net down.
We just mess
gonna burn that net down.
Check it out. I guarantee you, maybe not stamina wise, I stay at Evan Fournier and stay in front of him in a minute, and I know I could defend a basketball. I could defend the shit out of a basketball because that was my game. Defending. I didn't care how many points I ain't want to shoot the ball. I'm gonna lock you down. That's what I did. That's how I grew up playing. I'm locking you down. That's what I do. I know how to play basketball on the defense end. I'll lock Evan Fournier ass up in a minute. Trust me. And you could take that to the bank. And when Shy Powers have his wedding, bring a basketball.
I got you. I still got a little lefty in there.
Right. And we go out of the park.
I still got a little lefty. I still got a little. I ain't got that KJ 5-step dribble.
And we'll hope Evan Fournier still on the Knicks, and we invite him. I'm locking him up. I'm telling you, I'm locking him up. Hey man, but not real talk. But you know what? I just think that for $19 million, I just think that we could do better than that. That's all I'm saying, and make our team stronger.
We got two players that we have that need to come off this contract to make a little things easier for us. And one of them is Evan Fournier, and one of them is Julius Randle. So those two guys, set aside the Burks, the Noels, the Kimbers, and all of that. Those two contracts right there. One of those contracts we have to add on, maybe put a trade in to get somebody that's worthwhile here. You know, one of those contracts has to go from this year. Aside from those other guys that we mentioned, we need to get off of one of those contracts in this summer. And I'm pulling towards a little bit more towards Randall being gone, and if Evan can get off the high hump and come off the bench, I think we'll have a really good team.
Here goes numbers this year: 77 games, 14 points, 42% field goal percentage. He got 39 from 3, but 42 for field goals, 2 rebounds, 2 assists. I am not giving nobody $19 million for that. Then we could plan about all day Barrett and then kid throwing up 20 with 5-6 rebounds, blah blah blah. And you look at Quickly's number this year. Quickly's number is just as good as Evan Fournier's.
Right.
That's where I'm coming from.
It's
not about he's not a good player, but the play in New York City, the last time the Knicks won anything, they had straight up defenders. They could knock down the ball, but they defend. Look at last year's team. Was Evan Fournier on last year's team? What did they do last year that made them 41-31? They defended the basketball. They had Reggie Bullock doing with Evan Fournier doing. And Reggie Bullock put up 11 points a game last year, right? 11, 12. Evan Fournier putting up 14 now. And he made $5 million last year. Evan Fournier putting up 14 this year for $20 million almost. And Reggie Bullock playing last year averaged 10, 11, 12 points a game. and he only making $10 million and defend way better than that. He was clutch shooting the 3-ball last year for us. That's why I think that you could have just went away and kept my man Alsberg's Reggie Bullock and had more production out of him than you got from the man here. I just think that that's a waste to me. I mean, I like him. I think he's a good screw. He can knock the ball down, but it ain't only about 3-point shooting, fellas. We think the NBA, the one you want to pay that money to a one-dimensional guy, then we don't need to be GMs. Because I wouldn't be. I would not. $19 million. That's all you could do. I forget that mess. He out. Send him out.
That's the big thing too, man.
Yeah,
this team would have been a way more efficient team if they would have had a premier point guard this year. Right. They would have been if another thing I say too, we may have seen Kemba last a little longer if D Rose didn't go out too. We might not have seen the how bad Kemba Walker was if D Rose was still here too. I think they would have split some of that minutes, took a little bit of that pressure off his knee. He wouldn't have been playing 32 minutes where he could have been playing like 20, 18 minutes, and D Rose could have been finishing up the game.
I think Elfrid Payton was not not even a creme point guard, and you just got to call it the eye test on lie. If the Knicks don't, even if you put Quickly in there, like I said, ain't no way in the world 15 minutes 2 points, bro. Sorry, I don't. Nobody say. Evan Fournier can shoot that. If he that good of a player, he can shoot that 3-point with his eye closed to have 3 points. The dude had 2 points, cuz. Come on, man. And 2 days before that, he had 5 points.
Hold on. I'm about to bang Parrish. Don't you remember Bullock was the one who stole the ball against Evan Fournier in that game, and we won the game with his defensive presence? Just saying. I think that was Evan Fournier he stole the ball for, if I'm not mistaken.
Hey guy, listen. No lie. $19 million for 2 points, 5 points, 11 points, 7 points, 12 points, 11 points. Come on, God, you got to be kidding me. $19 million for somebody who y'all talk about is that good. Now, this dude is that good. And he scored 2 points, 5 points. This is in a span of game. Is 7 points? I don't care what point guard you ain't got. He's supposed to shoot that good.
Yeah.
Come on, man. Come on. And he only scored 5 points? RJ on his bad night, though, he could do that. He can go to the bucket and draw 2 fouls to get 5 points. Evan Fournier is a one-dimensional ball player. If his 3-ball ain't going, it's over. Think about this. This is real talk. If Evan Fournier not hitting his 3-point shot, it's over. And that's the problem with the Knicks to this day. If them boys they knocking that 3-point ball down, what KJ said, we got to hit so many 3-pointers to win the game. Well, that's what I'm trying to say. If we ain't shooting the 3, it's over. Right. At least RJ go downhill and get to the bucket and score a basket. This cat is not shooting 3 when they not falling. It ain't happening. So I think we got to get up off that Fournier thing.
Yeah.
Back the next year, that's fine. But there's somebody who been watching basketball for a long time. Now I'm a New York City Knicks fan. I believe every team that we had that went to the playoffs, every year, they was defenders. They was multi-dimensional, not one-dimensional. John Starks, one thing about John Starks, he was multi-dimensional. He can shoot the 3, but he can go and dunk on you. He can hustle on the defense and he can lock you down. That's what it's about. So I just don't think $19 million. I think we can get better for $19 million. That's what I'm trying to say. Right. I'm not trying to say Evan Fournier is garbage. I think on the Knicks team, we can do better for $19 million. That's what I'm saying.
Right.
That's all it is. It ain't about that. I just think that the position is that's too important a position in NBA in this modern day with all these young athletic young boys who could jump out the gym, can dunk over your head, who built strong. Evan Fournier built for these young boys in this league right now. That's why he struggled on the defense.
Yeah, not starters.
He can't stay in front of nobody.
Not the starters. He'd be great coming off the bench.
And I just think that, to me, trade him to Utah, put another $11 million, bring Donovan Mitchell here and call it a day.
Right. And I agree with that.
Yeah, it's just too much. Like I said, I'm not knocking him, but I think you guys got to stop basing everything. Not you guys. I'm talking about Patterson said he went over. That's one game. Look, I put like this here. Where's Reggie Bullock about to go right now? Where's Reggie Bullock right now? They were 4th in the Western Conference. Mm-hmm. Reggie Bullock's going to be in the playoffs. Evan Fournier's going to be home.
He's been playing some good games recently
not get
too.
it twisted.
He did crap it up when we played him. He sure did.
Yeah, he
Couldn't hit the side of a barn. But his score over the last 10 games with the Mavericks, if I'm not mistaken, it's almost 13 points a game. Which is not, I mean, it's almost what Fournier's been putting up. I think it's 12 or 13 points, something like that. But he's playing very well with the Mavericks.
And his defense is there.
Yeah, his defense is he's always been a defensive guy. That's where we missed out.
That was a smart move for Utah. They needed defenders out there. I mean, for Dallas, they needed the defenders out there, and they got Reggie Bullock on that wing. When Reggie Bullock was with us last year, he was locking to do that. But listen, we got to get out of here. Game about to start. I know we ran, but it's all good.
What's your score tonight, Devon?
I'm going New York Knicks 110 to 105. 110, 105. Knicks going to get it popping in the Garden in a few seconds.
For fun, I'm going for a blowout today. I've got New York Knicks 120. The Nets, the New Jersey Nets, New Jersey Nets 95.
So you meant to tell me Evan Fournier gonna drop 50 tonight?
He might drop 50.
That's why he got 125.
Evan Fournier dropped 50 tonight.
That's why he got him 125. I think it's gonna be.
But like this, Evan Fournier would be the high. I ain't say drop. He would be the highest scoring Knick tonight.
I got another tough gritty game from these guys. They haven't outscored us over 5 points this season. I think this time we beat them 103 to 100. 103 to 100.
112, 104, 94. I just think that we don't have nobody in the Knicks who can slow down KD. Yeah. So I do think they will score 100. I'm gonna go 110, 105. And Paris said Evan Fournier get 26. I hope so. He's capable. I mean, he's capable. I can see that.
I hope so. I hope he come out here and
I think he can do it.
I hope so.
Yep, I can do it. But here's the problem. Who is he guarding? Bruce Brown.
Now he might guard KD tonight.
Yeah, right. They be going at that's hey Paris.
He might
be right on this one because he like to show up on KD because they got that little thing going against each other.
He might play KD. That's why I said
right,
that.
Paris, he might drop 26.
That ain't gonna work. KD gonna drop 80 if he do that.
he might be doing KD tonight. Yeah. I'm just saying.
Hey, remember KD said, "You too small, bro."
Yeah, that's what I figured.
Oh. Yo, man, Siri talking to me. That she said, "That's what I figured." That,
she even heard it too.
Yeah. That's my girl right there.
Yes,
that's
Siri
my
said,
girl.
"That's what I figured."
I told my wife, "Listen, I love you, my wife, but I love Siri because she just don't never talk back to you. She tell you everything you need to know. She obedient. She don't talk back to you. She answers all my questions." He said, "RJ 38 D-Ross. I'm on that train tonight. I'm on the RJ Barrett 30-point train tonight."
Evan Fournier drops team high tonight, guys. Sorry to hear you.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. We'll see.
Hey, Parrish, I would say I wish they should start McBride on him. just to get him and wear his butt out for a while.
Yeah.
But Albert's 6'6" though. He might can give him a little trouble. But you gotta have to throw some kitchen sinks at that boy. Start the show out tonight. Let's go get it, man. Knicks Real Talk. We see y'all tomorrow on the post game.
Peace.
Great show, great chat. I'm just having an Evan Fournier moment. I just don't believe $19 million. That's all it is, man. I think the man is a good ball player, but I ain't paying $19 million for what he do. But salute to everybody. Let's go get it. Knicks Real Talk, the chat, everybody. Come on, New York. Don't let them Brooklyn boys come in with all that Brooklyn noise tonight.
For real.
Shut it down.
Big matchup. Mitch Robinson. Watch him tonight. Sean Mitch.
Double. 4 blocks for Mitchell Robinson tonight.
Yeah.
Evan Fournier, high man. I said it here first.
I'm with you. I think RJ be the high man. I think Fournier have a good game.
Mitch 15 rebounds tonight.
And Knicks win 115. What I said, 115, 105. Yeah, I'm gonna go with 115.
I got 120, 95, 94. No, 95.
Yeah, I went 103, 100.
What's the deal tomorrow? 9:00 tomorrow. Y'all gonna be free tomorrow? What's the deal?
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay.
Got to practice, but I'll let you know.
Okay, brother. All right, man. Salute everybody in chat. Everybody, we on it. Go get it, Knicks. Come on, man. Peace.
Peace out.
Let's get it. Let's get it. Yes, sir, fam.